Okay. Welcome, guys, to our Tuesday night webinar, The Ultimate Biohacker's Guide. I love this slide presentation that was put together by our corporate staff. And so tonight, and I love this first statement, why Lifevantage for me? So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Michael Huey. I'm the founder and CEO of a health and wellness, nutrition, relationship, and business company. And I've been at it for over 2.5 decades. And tonight, I'm here to talk to you about something that has drastically changed my life. And so the question is, why Lifevantage? Well, for me, I was very successful in the brick and mortar side of the fitness industry. I saw 55 to 60 patients a week, and I had a side hustle that I called selling supplements. And it was very lucrative. I won't go into how much it was. Let's say it was very lucrative. And when I looked at this information, I did something that I believe very few people would do. I walked away from what was a 6-figure business to start sharing this information with people. And so you're thinking, why would I do that? I did that because I felt like I had a moral responsibility to share with people what was best for them. When I started my business, my personal training and nutrition business, over 25 years ago, we had pharmaceuticals, we had nutraceuticals. Now, what you're hearing about tonight is a whole new category. You're going to hear about biohacking. You're going to hear about nutrigenomics. And I can just promise you that 99% of you and your friends have never heard about this. So within about a 5-year time period, this has drastically changed our family's lives. And my wife is now retired from this business and now home working with me in our Lifevantage business and my online coaching business. So let's get started and let me show why I'm here tonight and why I believe that by the end of this, you'll understand why I walked away from several of these things years ago. So I love this slide because I believe it 100%. We're in a gig economy. We're not in competition. When you're creating a whole new category that goes against what everybody else is teaching, you're in a new category. We're in that gig economy. Malls are closing down on a regular basis. Stores are closing down. Walmart, when I grew up, was big, and Sears, they're all closing. And so from that perspective, you have to think about what you're doing when you're thinking about this gig economy. Amazon. How many of you go to the store or you look at something and then you go and look on Amazon and buy it on Amazon? Facebook. Now we've had Instagram. So we have all of these businesses and ways of communication and ways of buying things. And Uber, like no one takes a taxi anymore because they have Uber and they have Lyft. So I believe Lifevantage that you're hearing about tonight is in this same competition with these type of what we call side hustles. You know, I'm an Amazon affiliate. I use Airbnb. I use Uber and Lyft. I use Facebook and Instagram. Okay? So that's why we're in this gig economy, and that's why you're hearing about this information tonight from me. And so I love this. I just absolutely love this slide. And I'm going to tell you why I love it. Because just look at what this word nutrigenomics is. Nutrigenomics is the study of naturally occurring compounds and how they affect our gene expression. So in a sense, it's upregulating and downregulating these genes that have been passed down to us from our father, our great-grandfather, our great-great-grandfather. And just look at what the Today Show said about it. The latest trend in nutrition isn't just a fad or a newly discovered supplement, okay? Well, you guys, we're creating this whole new category. It's your DNA. And how many of you just recently this year, earlier in the year, saw the Time magazine talked about this very term, epigenetics, right? How we can manipulate gene expression. I started doing this 7 years ago before this was even talked about. And the real cool thing about that is now it's becoming mainstream. Just like I always say, you know, wouldn't you love to have been first and had your hand in every single Band-Aid? Well, guess what? It's not really a Band-Aid. It's an adhesive bandage, right? When you think about it. Why do we call it a Band-Aid? Because Band-Aid was first, right? Same thing with a Kleenex. What if you could have made 5 cents off of every box of Kleenex that was sold? Well, is it really a Kleenex? No, it's a tissue. And just look at what Fox News said about nutrigenomics. Changing everything. Where we once thought we were powerless and now an area over which we have at least some control. Supplements that I made hundreds and thousands of dollars with was a guessing game. Now using nutrition, we can affect our genes that we don't have to struggle with the things that were passed down to us, our DNA. And look at what the market's going to be by 2023. $17 billion market. Guys, this is a big deal. I know it's funny. I get text messages after I do all these that how excited I am and how I'm always smiling because, guys, this is something that you pray about that you could ever have the opportunity to share with other people. And so it's just amazing that it's in the hands of the consumers because, guys, if this information was distributed any other way, a pharmaceutical company would have stolen it a long time ago. And look, we can't say we treat, prevent, or cure, or mitigate disease. But every single day of our life, our body's being hijacked, right? And look at what it means to be hijacked. Taking over something and using it for a destructive purpose, right? And just think about it. 24/7 this is happening. Physically, emotionally, biochemically, toxins, our phones, right? The EMF on our phone, the Wi-Fi in our house, allergies, seasonal outside stuff that we breathe. I'm grateful I haven't struggled with any of that stuff in a long time. And it's because I made a choice. I made a choice to not guess and use supplements anymore. I started biohacking, taking control of my own biology, optimizing my genetic potential. And I can tell you at 50, my wife and I have a saying all the time, and she's on here right now, that 50 is the new 30. And we feel that, guys. And I know one of my friends, Michael Flanner's on here, and he met with another one of our new business partners today who's 23. And he's like, Michael, you know what's the greatest thing about this is that we're going to look young and feel young for a long time. And you're talking about a 50-year-old and a 20-year-old, right? And we're using this term, nutrigenomics. So what I'm going to show you now, and I tested the volume, so I hope it's okay for you guys, is just a short 2-minute video on what biohacking really is and the pillars of what biohacking is. It's not supplementing, it's not guessing, it's biohacking. It's tapping into systems inside our body that we'd have never had control of, and now we can control those systems.
Take a deep breath. Hold it. Now gently exhale. Ironically, while oxygen is necessary for all human life, it is also the element that is at the root of the aging process. That's because oxidative stress, which is a toxic level of reactive oxygen in your cells, is one of the primary causes of cell damage and the adverse effects of aging. It's almost as if your cells were slowly rusting from the inside. There's no stopping the process, but as with rust, there are ways to slow it down, to inhibit the aging process, and even reverse oxidative stress. It's called nutrigenomics, the science of using nutrition and naturally occurring compounds to affect gene behavior and attack the root causes of aging. Another root cause of aging is the depletion of mitochondria in your cells as you age. Mitochondria that are the powerhouses or engines of your cells. Nutrigenomics delivers a one-two punch that creates stronger cells that are better equipped to fight the effects of aging by using the NRF2 pathway to help the body produce more antioxidants and using the NRF1 pathway to boost mitochondrial production, which inhibits the aging process and increases the energy level in your cells. Aging is inevitable. The rust comes back. The engine loses some power. But now we don't have to take aging lying down. Lifevantage's study of nutrigenomics fights the root causes of aging to help people look and feel younger, naturally. Lifevantage. at the forefront of nutrigenomics.
Awesome. I love watching that video. It's one of my favorites because it tells you what we're at the forefront of. We're at the forefront of nutrigenomics, and now people are starting to take notice of it. We've been at the forefront of it from day one. And now you saw Fox News and Time Magazine and all these, and you're going to see here in a minute, tons and tons of universities have taken notice and are researching our products, not our ingredients, our actual products. And just look, it's a 500 anti-aging, skincare, pet care, our brain energy, and lifestyle weight loss is a $500 billion industry. You already saw that 17 billion of it is just nutrigenomics, guys. So just think about it. You can see we fall into every single one of those categories, but we separate ourselves from with our science and our patents. We take the money and put it back into research. And you saw it. We created an NRF2 pathway and an NRF1 pathway. Nobody else has what we have, and I'll show you that by the time we're done. So it all started back with our original flagship product, Protandim, which when I first saw an ABC News investigative report on it, which if you haven't seen it and you're a guest, please ask the person that referred you to watch this to go back and watch where this all started. This what you're hearing about today is validating everything that they thought might happen that has happened tenfold. And so all the research has been done, all the studies have been done, all the patents are here, and so that's what you're hearing about tonight. We're the only clinically proven product in the world to reduce oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. No other product can say that in the world, and we'll never, I don't believe we'll ever be able to say that because it's patented. With now almost, I believe we're almost at we're very soon here, we're going to be at our 12th patent, okay? And so, look, it reports cellular repair and rejuvenation. And guys, look, they can't do long-term studies on humans for aging. So the National Institute of Aging, not Lifevantage, but the National Institute of Aging did a study where they took pharmaceuticals and nutraceuticals, natural products. They even used some of the ingredients that you see down below that are in Protandim, and none of those ingredients extended life. But in our patented formula, they extended life by 7%. And here's what the study showed. Not only did they extend life, but they delayed disease. I don't know about you, but I don't want myself or my family or my friends getting older and being sick and living longer and being sick. So, and you look, we're certified by the NSF and BSC-DRE. I was doing a presentation yesterday for a new friend who is on tonight watching, and we talked about that because we want to make sure that athletes can use our products. You know, and you can see it. We have the two standards, the BSCG, the Banned Substance Control Group, and the NSF certification, which allows anybody to take our products. And so here's where the rubber meets the road, okay? These are true peer-reviewed articles, research and peer-reviewed articles on Protandim NRF2. Ohio State, Virginia Commonwealth, the National Institute of Aging, as I said, Texas Tech, Harvard. They did a study on Duchenne's muscular dystrophy that's in a movie. And, just look at it. Molecular Aspects of Medicine. We just published a study showing the effects of exercise and its comparison to what they thought helped with exercise recovery was vitamin C. And they found that there was no benefits from that, but there was massive benefits from Protandim. So 26 of these studies have been done now, and there's about 25 to 30 more in circulation that will soon be published and peer-reviewed. So the science is there. We don't have to guess. And what I like about it is what I told you is these patents, guys. Here's the U.S. patents alone. 7 U.S. patents, and we have several international patents. We have been featured on the NBC, the Wall Street Journal, the Today Show, Forbes Magazine, ABC News, PBS, Dr. Phil, you name it. They have validated what we have here, and you get to hear about it first. So, and then we created another category, another non-guesser, where and what I want to touch on you guys first so you can understand a little bit about the bigger picture. The supplementation part of that guessing part, it's an exogenous form. It goes into the mouth and has one function and exits the body. What we have with Lifevantage is exogenous entrance, but endogenous activity, where it's constantly working, tapping into our cells, tapping into our DNA, and constantly working at a massively greater way than it would if we were supplementing our body. And so now you can increase your mitochondria and repair your mitochondria, increasing adenosine triphosphate, which is where 95% of your energy comes from. Helps with sleep and recovery, enhances cellular health, cell function. You can look at the ingredients. They're in a formula that's just about ready to be patented also. That creates this activation of this NRF1 pathway. And then I've always believed that the if not the most important thing next to oxidative stress and inflammation is your gut. And this is really cool. I took the number one probiotic. This is a pre and a probiotic. And I took it for years. I still had a little bit of issues. And so and look, if this wasn't the best, I wouldn't be telling you this. But we've been able to prove it by these tests that we've done and by our patents, okay? And so when I started taking ours, I started noticing things were changing in my gut. I'm now 6'2", 230 pounds, and have a 34-inch waist. I don't have any acid reflux. I don't have any of that stuff at 50 years old. And so you can see here's what separates us from other things in the market. Most companies will jack up the CFUs and the spores in their probiotics because only 4% of them get through the small and large intestines, okay? We get 60% in a time-released method, okay? So 60% surviving that stomach acid, and it's because of this BioTrack technology that you see on the right side of the screen. And they call it our second brain. I believe it's it's in competition with our first brain, right? And just look, it helps improve tight junctions and communication between your brain and your gut to signal that you're full. I hear this from my clients and my friends all the time. I don't overeat anymore. I feel full. It allows me to drink enough water. I'm not overeating. That's the key, guys. That's the key to know that it's working. A lot of people have had allergies and are bothered by allergies. They take our probiotic, and that helps with food allergies and allergies from being outside and sensitivity because it has Wellmune in it, which is another patented technology to boost our immune system. And then we finish with this fourth pillar of our health, which is our Omega Plus. It supports cognitive, heart, skin health while supporting a healthy immune system. Guys, omega-3s, no omega-6s or filler oils. Omega-7, optimizing energy usage while increasing metabolism for weight management. Guys, it increases our metabolic rate drastically when we have this, when you're using omegas, especially when we're using omega-7s and omega-3s, and when we add in D3. You can see we have 800 IUs per serving, and we know exactly where it comes from. I can tell you this, 90% of the bottles that you open have an omega. You can smell it, smells like fish. This doesn't. You can eat it, you can chew it. My father-in-law can't swallow pills, so he chews it. And it's traceable from boat to bottle. Guys, we continue to take that research and put the money back into all this research that you can give you guys this whole new category. So I'm grateful that you guys have the ability to kind of understand the bigger picture. So this is called the Vitality Stack. Look, for $5 a day. One of my friends finally came and just signed up not too long ago on the Vitality Stack, and he says that he's feeling the best he's ever felt. He's 54 years old, and he said all he did was stop going to Starbucks every single day. Okay, so $5 a day. All right, so improves energy, supports healthy microbiome, immune function, brain function, and heart health. So one of the things I really like that we created not too long ago is probably one of my favorite products that we have is called Axio, okay? And we have a decaf and a caffeinated version. We're using this with kids with ADD and ADHD and autism. Call it brain food. It improves mental endurance, mental acuity, concentration, memory retention, no crash, enhances the neurotransmitters, back and forth communication, right, with stress, mental fatigue and brain fog. One thing I really like about it, puts you in a good mood. People who are struggling with maybe depression or some anxiety. A clean, low-calorie, low-carb vegan formula that is BSCG approved, free of artificial colors, artificial flavors, and artificial sweeteners. No added sugars, GMO, or glutens. Okay? So let's go on. So, and this is a really cool picture because I see Dave, my friend Dave Fropel, on here tonight. This is him down in the bottom after 90 days on our physique weight loss. Guys, just look at what this does. It's not your fad type of diet. These are stuff that you can add into your lifestyle, whether it's a fat burner, which I use every single day because it targets visceral fat. And just look at the numbers over a placebo control because of Central and Svedol, 2 patented natural products, non-stimulants that target belly fat, along with our probiotic and our cleanse. I do the cleanse once a month. It gets rid of, it allows you to go through a natural detoxification process, which is good for everybody, okay? So we continue to put our money back into the research and back into the science and just look at these studies that have been done on these ingredients in our products. So, and then if not one of my favorites, it is our skincare products. I use them every single day, all 4 of them. You can see these are results from one of our clinical trials done in France against the top name brand skincare products, Lancôme, and some of these other big names. And you can see 87% younger looking skin, 94% smoother skin, 95% more hydrated, 88% more luminous. You can look at my friend Debbie after 60 days. Look at the difference after 60 days, okay? 30 days and 60 days. I think it's great that we know these people that use our products. We're not just taking somebody and, using it for promotions. These are actual real people that we get to know and meet and see them and see their results. So look at what it says. NRF2 activation on your skin. Same thing it does on the inside of it, but now on the skin, goes into the epidermis of the skin. Provides protection against environmental assaults on the skin so you can look and feel younger. I love it every single day. Makes me look, and here's what's in one thing, big kicker for me. My wife will tell you this. I can tell when I don't use them. I can tell when I'm not using all 4 systems on my skin. It's visibly different. If I go more than 2 or 3 days, she'll mention it to me. Counterbalances visible negative effects of the sun and related damage. You can go out and have a sunburn like I did the other day, even with sunblock. And yes, I wear sunblock. And I put it on the next day, and it's a tan. It's no longer a sunburn. I love that. So, and then we have Pet Tandem. Guys, look at this study that was done. The first supplement dog formulated to combat oxidative stress through NRF2 activation. A study done in 2013 validating the NRF2. Guys, there's no placebo effect in dogs. Okay? And look, so many people have to get over, when it comes to their health, placebo effects. Okay? We want to look at long-term cellular health. And here we have it for dogs. Shinier coat, increased playfulness, more energy, support healthy joints, support hearing and eyesight, hip issues. Guys, my friend Ben is a dog trainer out in California, one of the top dog trainers. He puts all his championship dogs and he puts all of his clients' dogs on Pro Tandem and Pet Tandem. So here it is. Here's your full biohacking system. All you need to do is make sure your brain, heart, eyes, and other vitals are working, right? And just look at it. And people ask me all the time, Mike, do you use every single one of the products? And I will just tell you, yes, I do. I don't use it because I'm a Lifevantage distributor. I use it because it works, and I want to use them. I want to use these products every single day. And just look at what they do. NRF2 activation for your whole entire family, right? Holistic and smart weight lifestyle management products. Nootropics for your brain, skincare, inside-outside approach. 99% of skincare products have just an external approach. We have the inside-outside approach. One of our studies done at LSU shows that it breaks the link in the development of melanoma skin cancer. So guys, the science is there, the research is there. Here's the cost of the products. And if you are, if you're a guest and you want to go back and sit down and talk to the person that invited you to look at this and have them go over this with you. It's all on the website. If you want to go to lifevantage.com/ the name of the person that invited you, you can kind of look at the products. But I would just encourage you to get back with the person that invited you and let them show you what a subscription is. If you're using a Activated Essentials or a Vitality Stack, it's free shipping. And it's free shipping on everything else that you order. I love that because, as I said before, my wife and I, we use every single one of our products. And as I told you in the beginning, it started, the product was sold back in 2003 in the stores of GNC, and it had a story. Nobody could tell what it was. It was sat beside antioxidants, and nobody knew what it was. And then in our first year in the industry, we did $11 million and then $43 million and so on. Now we're almost a $300 million company, okay? And we started with one product, okay? And it all started with what I told you earlier. If you haven't watched it, you have to watch it, this ABC Primetime investigative report that literally changed the way people think about their health. And it still is. We've got another 3 to 5 years before people will understand this. You saw it by 2023. This is going to be a branded technology. And we're first. We're the Band-Aid. We're the Kleenex. Publicly traded on the NASDAQ. Our stocks over doubled in the last 8 weeks. Okay. Our leadership staff is on the board. 2 of them are on the board of directors for the Direct Selling Association. These are things that you can use as solid because we're a publicly traded company. Everything is very transparent. And here's the countries that we're doing business in. And I'll just tell you one thing I really love about our corporate staff. Darren Jensen took his last company into 50 different countries. There's countries that my wife and I can't wait to get people. We have people chomping at the bit to get our products. The above line people are where we can have markets where people can be distributors, and the bottom group of people is where they can just be customers. And then they will be able to have distributors too. A lot of the countries we introduce our products get patented and validated in these countries, and then we can have distributors. Guys, it's a simple, proven system, okay? You can work it from your laptop or your cell phone. We have an app that you can run. It's called, you can text for the free app 44222. You can run it from your phone. You can run it from your laptop. You can connect with people all over. I just was in Colorado with my friend Dave and Joanne Madison, who've been in Lifevantage since day one. And I got to connect with tons and tons of people. And being in this 7 years now, I've never been more excited because we're getting closer and closer to what one of my mentors, Dr. John Huey, said it would take 10 years for people to understand this technology, let alone get it and know the effects of it long term. And I told you before, we can't say we treat or prevent or cure or mitigate disease. But I can tell you that in the last 6 years, we've been able to eliminate medications from our family. Our moms and parents are in their 70s and healthy and thriving and looking forward to the last parts of their life. And that's what we want to do. That's why I said to you, I feel like we have a moral responsibility to share this information with you. We have corporate trainings, regional and corporate trainings. You get to work this. You can work it a little bit or you can work it a lot. You can get a little bit out of it or you can get a lot out of it. Okay. And the system's replicated. You get a free website. And you can order stuff. You can send people carts just like you can on Amazon. Okay. Just like you can on any other website. You can send people carts. They can purchase products. Remember the gig economy that we're in. This is where all the look, guys, I sat in the parking lot today at Publix, in the grocery store, and I watched, and one person, I was on the phone for 30 minutes, walked inside the GNC. That was your place, and only one person walked in 30 minutes. Would you be happy? I don't think so. That's because everybody's going to online purchases. Okay, and as you've seen, here's how you send an easy cart. You can send a cart to somebody. You can push checkout, and you can push share, and it'll email them or text them a cart, and then they just sign up with your website. Guys, look at these industry facts. I just looked these up a couple weeks ago. We're somewhere going to be between 92 and 95 billion dollar industry. Okay, it's growing because remember, we're in this gig economy, right? So when you're thinking about business, think about it. When you think about real estate, like Lisa and I are looking at living part-time in Colorado and part-time in Florida, all about location, location, location. Like when I said to my friend Joe, tell me about some of these places. And she showed me areas of where I want to look at for the houses and the price that we want. Here's two awesome ways that you can look at business. You can look at any of these businesses. You can look at Apple, and they all went through this. You can look at Amway. You can look at Mary Kay. You can look at, the people, how many pink Cadillacs do you see every single day? They all went through this momentum shift. And I can tell you this, they didn't have a product that extended life, okay, and delayed disease, right? No product ever has on a natural side, okay? And then you have this S-curve wave by Peter Drucker, the blue wave that you see. We're down here and just about this, you can see where the little purple dot is there. And 80% of momentum is about to happen. You guys saw that in the next, as I said, next 2 to 5 years, depending on how many people we have. And I was laughing because I was talking to Dr. Jen when we first got on. 700 medical professionals have joined in the last 2 years. Blows my mind. 100 would have been a lot, okay? And so then you have this innovation adoption curve with Everett Rogers. Looks kind of like a bell curve. We're at the early adopter stage. I believe, and I said this with my friend Dave, I believe it's more exciting. He's been in since day one, but we're all more excited now than we've ever been excited. We're getting close to that momentum. Just like I laughed when I was on the plane yesterday, one of my friends still had a flip phone. Now my dad has a smartphone, which is amazing because the times are changing, right? People in their 80s are getting smartphones, or you can be like my friend Susan. She still has a flip phone, which was really funny. And so you can look here where we are with this. And then we're going to go into momentum in those phases in between the early majority and the early adopters and the late majority. And that just past momentum phase here, where 80% of the growth is done and where 80% of the money is made. You're about to be a part of that. And that'll last probably 7 years from what I've been told. So get ready that over the next 3 to 10 years, this company is going to go to $1 billion company and beyond. So now look, I'm going to share my heart with you and what I've seen from my business as one of the top 1% earners in this company. There's multiple ways to get in. I think it's fitting that we show you the two most popular ways. And I wish we had more time to show you. And if the person that shared this with you, if you're interested in learning more about this, because I don't believe you can keep this information to yourself once you figure out what it is. I never had to try our products. I looked at the science. I looked at the first naturally patented product then we only had one. Now you saw we have 7 US patents and 5 international patents. 80% of the rank advancements in my business come from people who've purchased a platinum pack. And the rest come from people who have created and bought a gold pack. I'll just tell you this, that it takes twice as long to move your business if you purchase a gold pack and not in half of that time if you purchase a platinum pack. And you can see all the products you get, plus you get 2 all access passes. Our convention is coming up in October, and you get that experience discounts on merchandise. You get your free website. You get all of that stuff. And guys, look, you get 30% more product. You can't tell people about the products if you don't take the products yourself. And I look forward to taking our products every day. And look, you've got customer service. You've got quality control that we have that goes through all the processes of testing our products. The website, the IT, the advertising, the marketing. Our chief marketing officer, Ryan Goodwin, is the best in the business. Legal and compliance. Eric Marchant makes sure that we're safe and that we're going to be able to have these products for a long time. And then events and promotions. We have a promotion right now that's going to go to Ireland, and I'm super excited to go play golf in Ireland. So here's how you get paid. I want to finish these last couple slides and teach you. You get paid 30 to 40%. I believe you'll get paid 40% if you take the products the way you get on all of your starts. So people you enroll, if you enroll them however they enroll, you get 40%. If they enroll as a customer or as a distributor, you get that. And then you get an average royalty commission of anywhere between 5, and 9%. Okay. And I love that. You get launch bonuses. You become profitable. We have a My Life Venture program. I love it. My friend Michael Epstein was one of our speakers on our leadership call this week. Michael just got his Jeep, and he said, I loved it what he said. He said, for those of you that talk about pyramids, look, it's not a pyramid. He said 17 people got underneath him in his organization, got their Jeep through the My Life Venture program before he did. So it doesn't work like that. It's a misconception. Somebody has lied to you about what this is, and that's an illegal thing. So you can see that we're the only company that I've ever seen in the direct sales industry that gives global revenue sharing. When you reach a certain rank in the company, they give you 1% of the company. If you reach Pro 10, they give you 4% of the global sharing revenue in a piece of pie. So guys, you get to network, you get paid for consumers, you get paid for distributors. It's just like when you refer somebody to Amazon, Amazon doesn't send you a check, okay? Now you can refer people to stuff that you're passionate about, stuff that they need, and you can get paid, and you can get paid very well. And so let's look at that. Here's another indicator that everybody at the top doesn't make all the money. I've looked at back offices of our Pro 10s and Pro 11s. You can see the majority of the money in this company is paid to the middle ranks of the companies, the 4, 5s, and 6s. How many of you would like an extra $14,000, $30,000, or $70,000 a month? Okay? Trust me, these are real numbers. We're publicly traded. We're getting ready to have a new sheet come out here that's through 16 through 17, and the numbers are going to be even better. So look at the monthly maximums and the monthly average that people make. My wife and I are Pro 7s. You can see the type of money that we're making. Okay? This is real, guys. Okay? So let's finish with this. These last couple slides will give you kind of a bigger understanding of what Lifevantage really is. And I brought up my friend Matt today. He's 23 years old. He's like, Mike, what if this takes 10 years? And I told him, I said, what if it takes 10 years? His mom and dad, he said, are hustling in their later years, 50s and 60s, trying to make business work. And he said, Mike, well, I'm at 20. What if I work until I'm 30 or 33 at 23, and I have the rest of my life to live because I've helped a lot of people get healthy and I've helped a lot of people build residual income. And so I was talking to my friend Ben about that today, about, we've been in the fitness industry for a long time, trading time for money. And now we don't have to do that because we're helping people and we get to massively impact lives. And here's these last 2 slides, this one here. Never depend on a single income. Make an investment of time and effort and create a second source. My wife and I have 5 sources of income. You look at people that get to enjoy that latter part of life. They've created more than one income. Look, there's always 2 things that go through your mind when you're looking at this. Is it real and can I do it? And the answer is yes. It is real and yes, you can do it. And so what I like about Lifevantage is that they pay it forward. They're a servant leadership company. I had the privilege of going and with Families Helping Families, which is one of Lifevantage's biggest sponsors, a couple of years ago, going down to Mexico and building houses for underprivileged children. And this year I get to do it with my wife. In this late December up to the beginning of the new year, we're going to be going to Mexico, to Puerto Pescano, Mexico, and building houses, 4 houses in 4 days with about 300 to 400 other Lifevantage distributors. We've done legacy events for Wells for Life, Wounded Warrior Project. Every single year we give hundreds of thousands of dollars away to support Souls for Souls, Operation Smile, where several of our people went down and did surgeries to give kids back a smile from a cleft palate, Deworming the World, Mosquitoes Against Malaria, all these different things. And that's what makes Lifevantage, to me, the greatest opportunity that there is in this gig economy. Not only do we get to change people's health, but we get to build relationships with people and impact their lives in ways I would have never been able to impact. And so, as I said before, if you're a guest and somebody invited you to hear this information tonight, give them a big hug and just let them know where you stand. Let them know. Do you see the products or do you see the opportunity? And so all of you, thank you so much for joining tonight. It's been an honor and a privilege to share this information with you. I will share this information every single Tuesday at the same time. So if you have more people that you want to get in front of this information, if you're a guest and you have a spouse or a family member that you want to hear this, just let them know. Next Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be doing this presentation again. So thank you so much. God bless you all. Have an amazing night.